Yeah, the water, Yahweh, Basham Yahweh Shai. All praises and all honor and all glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, the elder bishops, the bishops in Connecticut, the bishops, the priests, the teachers, the evangelists, on the four winds, preaching in truth and sincerity, risking your lives more now than ever, the hopeful elect, the elect, Shalom, to the Israelite foreigners whose phenotype may look like another nation, but bloodline goes back to Israel through your father and have come back to the fold. Shalom, to you sisters, you Aquathium, who listen and learn under your husband, which is your spiritual leader, with meekness and with silence. This your brother Aram Yahawada with the lesson. And
So it's a quickly moving situation here, but what do we know so far? So NICE has given just two updates this morning. The first was that they were just acknowledging the technical issue, which they said they were looking to resolve and that they would give further updates. And the second one came with a little bit more detail. They did say that it has to do with their so-called limit up, limit down. This is essentially just jargon for the protections that are put in place for when a stock will fall or rise, and it's supposed to block for volatility that happens. So as that protection presumably did not work this morning, which is why we saw a lot of wild swings that you probably would not have seen. Some of the pricing, the 99% drop with Berkshire Hathaway. Right. So those would have been prevented if the limit up, limit down was put in place or was working. So now we're just looking to see why today was an unusual day, and that those protections that again would have prevented something like this from happening weren't actually put in place or weren't working for some reason. And like you mentioned, we were talking about Berkshire Hathaway was hit with a very dramatic decline. Chipotle as well, Horseman Educators, just some of the stocks that were affected here. And there's a lot we don't know. Do we have any indication if this is related to the shift to T+1 settlement? So early conversations I've had today, folks are saying that it's purely a coincidence. But we have seen 3 incidents in the last week or so since T+1 was implemented. So, and every time that, like this morning, there's been incidents like this, the answer has been, oh, it's not tied to T+1. But again, if you have the third time within a less than week time span, I think the questions are still going to be asked, and hopefully we'll get more answers for the rest of the day to figure out if it is in fact tied to T+1.
Better futures start now with the...
yeah, so this is Ecclesiasticus chapter 10, verse 8. Because the unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, right? So just like she was giving her the lady a loaded question about the T1 initiative or whatever, because it's supposed to be a machine thing that's supposed to regulate and how the stock market goes, and they're trying to make it the excuse that they didn't have all the things in place is why some of the stock market has took a plummet, right? Took it down, right? Lost money. But no one wants to hear excuses that these businesses lost money. But it's really because what? Right? And riches got by deceit. The kingdom is translated from one people to another. And ultimately, that's what the Most High is doing. He's allowing this kingdom to be translated to the Israelites, right? Unto the righteous of the children of Israel, because these are unrighteous dealings. So the Lord said He got to give the kingdom to one that is profitable, right? Yeah. So this is Ecclesiasticus chapter 10, verse 4. So it's in the same verse. I just had to go up. So the power on earth, right? The earth is given into the hands of the wicked, right? He cover the faces of the judges thereof. If not, And who is he, right? Who changed, you know, who changed the truth of the Most High into a lie, right? And nobody but Esau Edom, right? Matter of fact, yeah, let's go up right here. So an unrighteous king destroyeth his people, and that's ultimately what's happening in this place, because he got the stock market thing, and it's basically destroying the people. It's making things unrighteous to way people can't afford things. You're destroying your own people. It doesn't make sense. A king needs people. A king needs subjects, right? And the more subjects you have, the more money you get, because the more you could tax them. But you don't tax them unjustly. You tax them accordingly, so that way it just keeps everything running. You don't spend to this the point of no return, and you're in complete debt. Now all your citizens have to be in debt, right? 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 Because as the leader, so are the people, right? So it says, an unrighteous king destroyeth his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. So the ones who got at least enough sense saying, look, so we at least have to do this, or we at least have to trick the people enough to make them think that they're free. We have to trick the people enough to make them think that we at least know what we're talking about, so we can make all these goddamn empty promises during election year. And every election year, people go out and vote because it's enough to allow the city to run, to allow people to give the illusion that things are inhabited or habitable, right? Because you still got your so-called water departments, you got this, you got that, but even in those things are starting to malfunction, right? So they ain't gonna be able to keep up those charades much longer. The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, out of one Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, the Most High, right, through his only begotten Son, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable, which is talking about Yahweh Shai, right? So with all this, playing with the stock market and all these different things, yeah. So let me just scroll up a little bit. Might as well just go ahead and get this too, right along with it, because that's basically what I was just speaking about. It says, as the judge of people is himself. As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. Matter of fact, I might as well just read the whole thing, because I didn't intend to do it. I was just gonna read that one part and then keep going. But it says, as wise judge, a wise judge will instruct his people, right? Which is gonna be Yahushua and the elect. They're gonna be the only true wise judges. You know what I mean? Right? Will instruct his people, and that's the only one who will actually instruct his people. The law, statutes, commandments, right? One that's not too greedy. The Lord, according to the law, when you bring in your crops or whatever, you're to leave some for the poor, right? That makes sense. So people are not completely without. You know what I mean? This person is about to make the whole world go into his own man-made famine, right? It's crazy. This dude breaks the law on every aspect, right? Struck his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered, right? And the only one who's gonna have that is Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, right? In the kingdom, right? With the 144,000 and the innumerable multitude of those that are saved, and then the rest of Israel coming back through childbirth, right? We're gonna have that kingdom. As the judge of the people is himself, right? As the judges of the people, so is himself. He's just like what's going on in this corrupt place where they go on with this forever spending, and you're in debt. So are his officers, right? And you have these so-called official officers of the so-called stock market, or the Congress, or whatever. They have these so-called financial gurus and these different people who knows what kind of laws they're going to pass, and hey, we're going to keep this together, we're going to do this, right? And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, so such are all that dwell therein, right? And everybody's maxing out their credit cards in complete debt, all these different things. So this place is finished. Stock markets going up and down because their so-called computer thing that's supposed to regulate, basically she was saying it wasn't implemented to regulate. So a lot of people took a lot of losses today. But those are excuses. I mean, how do you not do something, know to do something that you do every day? It's beyond stupid. It's beyond not making any damn sense, right? It says, an unrighteous king destroyeth his own people. And that's what they're doing, right? They're destroying their own people. But through the prudent of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited, right? But the power of the earth is in the hand of, the outer one, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable, which is his son, right? Which is Yahweh Shai, right? Yeah, so this is Ecclesiasticus chapter 14, verse 3. Riches are not comely for a niggard, and that's ultimately what Esau, Edom is, man. Starting with Amalek, you're just niggards, right? And money's not comely for you. You're so stupid. You destroy your own people. You destroy your own likeliness and your livelihood, because ultimately the Lord has you in a trick bag. You're listening to Satan, but Satan works for the Most High, and Satan is ultimately deceiving you for you to make a man-made famine, so you can fit all these biblical prophecies that that all exist. You know that the Most High exists because you're seeing the chariots. So you figure, hey, let's not wait on the Lord. Let's not wait on God. If we self-sabotage the thing, maybe we can get ahead of it, and then at least we have control over what's going to happen. But even you know that you don't have control, because even yourself is saying, hey, we could make this AI so smart and so self-sufficient that we can lose control over it, right? So it says, that's why I said riches are not comely for a niggard, and what should an envious man do with money? And you're envious of Jacob, because what? Hey, the kingdom is meant for us. The world was made for Yahshua sake, right? Right? Because we're not really Israel, like in a way that they say it today. The true name of the Lord's people is Yahshua, right? So you could call yourself Israel or Israeli, right? We're Yasha'Allah, right? He that gathereth by defrauding his own soul, right? And that's all. It's all you're gathering, and what you're doing is just you defrauding you defraud your own soul. Gathering for others, right? And really, you're gathering. You're gonna gather for us. You're gonna gather for the elect of Yahweh Bashem El Shai, that shall spend his goods riotously. Yeah, that's your own children, right? Because it's set up that the so-called elite sets it up because they know about reincarnation, and so they set it up so that way their children inherit their wealth. But we're coming to a time that the Lord is going to take it, because it's not comely for a niggard to have it, right? So the Lord's going to destroy you. This thing, even through your BS thinking that you have control over it. He that is evil to himself, right? Exactly. Yeah, pointing, like, see, the Lord is beautiful. He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? Right? So, hey, if he's wicked to himself, it says as the judge, to the people, to also to himself. So if he's wicked to himself, he's damn sure wicked to the people, right? To whom will he be good? He shall not take pleasure in his goods, right? Because, hey, the Most High is going to take those goods away, man. Yeah, so this is James chapter 5, verse 3. Your gold and silver is cankered, right? See, hey, the things that's going on in America, that's why it tells you that your gold and your silver shall not save you, right? It's going to be one who will not regard your gold nor your silver. You're not going to regard what you have to say, because it's going to be a judgment that has to go forth, right? And the rust of them shall be a witness, right? And see the decay of this country. As you can see it, all these different stores are being wiped out. 99-cent stores. They said they're going to close all 99-cent stores, close all the Chili's, close all these different branches of restaurants and department stores all over America. It's a witness against you, but a lot of people are not really paying attention to that, right? But a lot of people are, which they know that, so they're breeding up the thing of civil war. But the whole thing is that's in the Bible. The Egyptian against the Egyptian. The Lord said that they should not regard their kings nor princes. Right? Right? There's gonna be sedition amongst men. So the Lord already knows that, but you're trying to what is it? Self-sabotage, and if you do that, you feel like you'll have power, you'll be ahead of the thing. But the whole thing about that is the Lord is finna make it even out of control, out of your hands, right? You ain't gonna even know what to do, right? It says it's gonna be that's why it's gonna be a witness against you, right? Against you, Esau, Edom, right? Self-proclaimed so-called white man, starting with Amalek, the so-called Jewish, right? And shall eat your flesh as it were fire, right? And that's what's going to be shot upon this place, ICBM missiles upon Israel and upon America, to the point that America becomes a desert, right? Babylon the Great is going to be one great. You're gonna get that what is that called? Manifest destiny. The manifest destiny is for you to be a desert from sea to shining sea, right? Ye have reaped treasures, right? See, you gathered all this money. You got riches by deceit. Gathereth for the last days. Saying really, ultimately, you're gathering it for the elect, man. because the missiles are going to be shot on this place. We need the gold to be somewhere safe in one of your nice vaults with AC pressurized, what do they call, oxygen, so it has the right amount of oxygen and the right amount of everything. It's you know, it's gonna have all the right conditions, right? And that's really just for us. You're heaping it up for the last days for the elect, and it says, "Behold, right, the hire of the labor." See, and that's ultimately what you're doing. So as the people, so as you do to yourself, as a leader, so are the people. So you're spending, going in debt. The people are going in debt. So you're these are these so-called working Americans. Behold, the hire, right, of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept back by fraud. See, and you were gathering in fraud, but the Lord said you gathering defrauding. You hurt your own soul. So really, ultimately, this is the end of the Edomite, man. Right? This is the end of your kingdom. Crieth, right? Because the people are crying, and the main people that the Lord is really hearing is the elect. Right? We're crying. We say, hey, look, Lord, they're making it difficult for you to live. They're making it hard for you. They got trannies and this and that, and women out there on their goddamn periods, and they got you know, these all these unrighteous decrees, right? All manner of wickedness goes on in this place. So we're crieth, right? And crieth and cries of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the outer one of Sabaoth, right? Of armies, right? So the Lord is about to come make war with this devil, man. War with all you kings, with all you nations, right? You know? Yeah, so this is Wisdom of Solomon chapter 10 verse 5. Moreover, the nations, right? Because all these nations are all in cahoots, right? Against the Israelites, right? Because we're scattered. Deuteronomy 28 and 64. We're scattered amongst all nations, amongst all people, amongst all these heathens, and they know what's going on. They're part of the conspiracy, right? So this whole thing, the Lord put them all in a trick bag, because guess what they did? They allowed the devil, right, Esau, Edom, right, to have their that money be the world currency. See, in that world currency being you're trying to dollarization, but it's so intertwined that once it falls, the whole world has to feel it. The whole world is going to be in trouble. So you have no choice but to get the charagma. You have no choice but to follow suit as far as the charagma. And these are people going to be trying to save their own soul, trying to save their own life, which is going to be the thing that you're not supposed to do. Right? You get the charagma, you're finished. There's no forgiveness for your sin. That's why the Lord said, moreover, the nations in their wicked conspiracy, and they're conspiring to bring forth the new world order by whatever means that they're doing it. You know? They're trying to put the world in a trick bag, but the Most High have them in a trick bag, right? Being confounded, she is found out of the righteous. See, the righteous know what's going on. The elect, the hopeful elect, to the point that it's no longer we're calling ourselves hopeless. We're going to be the elect, right? Right? Lord willing, you know, and preserveth him blameless. See, and that's the Most High is going to preserve that elect blameless unto the power, the Most High, Yahweh, and keepeth him strong against the tender compassions towards his son, towards Yahweh Shai, man. We're gonna believe in Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, man. That's what's gonna, hey man, we're gonna be unmovable, man. When the godly perish. See, and a lot of people are going to start perishing, right? Up and down with the stock market, they're playing a game. They think that, ultimately, you're just going to perish the people, and you're going to go into your bunkers, and then you're gonna get chains slapped on you after all this is all done. You're going to be the first fruits of slavery. You're not doing anything that the Most High didn't know you were going to do, which we could show you that, man. In Amos, man, when you said that you would dig down in hell, you're gonna make your bunkers. We already knew you were gonna do. The Lord knew that, right? And He made us able to understand. And when the unrighteous perish, she delivereth the righteous man, right? Just like He did Lot, right? Because this is going into when He delivered Lot, right? And it tells you that every man must deliver his own soul. Every man must, seek the Lord with fear and trembling, right? To save your own soul. So each one, we're doing our due diligence for our own self. Who flee from the fire which fell down upon the 5 cities, and that proves that America, Babylon the Great, is basically like the rebirth of Sodom and Gomorrah, right? Matter of fact, yeah. So this is Isaiah chapter 19 verse 18. In that day shall 5 cities, right? Because the 5 cities in Sodom and Gomorrah got destroyed, right? But this is the rebirth of Sodom and Gomorrah, right? The place that is Sodom and Egypt. So I'm gonna show you that too, because that's what this is going into. This being Sodom and Egypt. So it's saying that those 5 cities. So in that day, 5 cities in the land of Egypt, right? Which Egypt, they were also doing homosexual acts too. That's why the Lord said that. And was it Deuteronomy? I think it's 18. Deuteronomy 18. I believe it's in Deuteronomy 20 also. Was to do not after the land where you came out of, nor do as the land that you go into, the Canaanites. And then when you go into, I believe it's 18, because then it says when you go into the thing, it goes right into thou shalt not lie with man as woman, as a man lie with a woman. A man shall not lie with a man as you would lie with a woman. Going into that being a judgment, right? Was showing you that they were doing that in Egypt, right along with Sodom and Gomorrah. So this is that whole spirit. Matter of fact, I might just get it real quick, just to show you real quick. It says 5 cities in the land of Egypt spake the language of Canaan, and saying that's us being brought back, man. Saying Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, right? Saying Shalom to a brother. You know what I mean? Saying what's up, Ak? You may not be fluent, but at least we got the name, right? And that's the main thing, right? And swore to Yahweh, right? How you swear to Yahweh, man? You gotta have that name. And that's the only way you can swear. And swear to Yahweh of hosts, which means army. See, just like that, it was saying, the Lord of Sabaoth. Sabaoth means armies, military, army. The Lord's coming to make war. One shall be called the city of what? Destruction, right? See, America's going to be destroyed. So now we're speaking the Canaanite land where the Lord allowed us to wake up, right? Waking up that remnant, and we're speaking that language, calling upon His name, and the city of what? Destruction, right? And that's ultimately what He did with Sodom and Gomorrah, right? Yeah, so this is Revelation chapter 11, verse 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the streets of that great city, right, which is Babylon the Great, which spiritually is called what? Sodom and Egypt. So to show you that parallel that goes together, right? Sodom and Egypt, which is referring to America. It's not referring to the ancient place of actually Egypt or the ancient place of actually Sodom, because they're not synonymous. But under this America, the way, the spirit of America, they're synonymous, right? And that's ultimately what it is. The spirit of America is synonymous with that, right? That's why it's that way. And at where also our Lord was crucified, right? Which they gave you a Edomite, which is leprosy, and leprosy is it's a sin, right? It's a malfunction, right? You know, because every other race has melanin, a large amount of melanin. Because they'll say, well, white people have, okay, you know what, you do have some form of melanin, but not the significant amount that every other race has, right? And they're the only people that don't have that. So it lets you know that that's a deformity, right? It's not correct. And according to the Bible, in Leviticus 13, that's actually a sin. You must be put out of the congregation, which that's where you're going to be, man. You're outside the temple, right? You're a profane person such as Esau, and you're outside the temple, man, right? Where also our Lord was crucified, and they of the people and kindreds and tongues, right? Which these other nations that were conspiring, that, you know, the conspiracy with them, right? Tongues and nations shall see their dead bodies, right? Because you were in conspiracy with them. You saw our dead bodies. You seen us. You knew we were the Israelites, but you ain't gonna tell us, right? Because your line and yourself is just much on the line as Esau. You're in just as much as trouble as Esau, because you walked hand in hand with this devil, right? Because Esau has that mentality. Hey, if your friend goes and robs a store, and you didn't know he was gonna rob the store, he goes in and steal, and he walks out, and you go somewhere with him, you're considered an accessory, right? And that's what you other nations are. You're an accessory to Esau's BS. Tongues and nations shall see their dead bodies 3 days and a half, and shall not suffer their dead bodies to be put in graves. See, and that's ultimately what you guys have done. And now we're raising up, and now you're getting nervous. Now you're trying to war against each other, because now you see, hey, well, let's see if we can backpedal. Let's see if we can fight against the Edomite. Let's see if we can fight against them. Let's see if we can separate ourselves from all that. But the Lord is going to allow you to go to war together, and then you're going to have to come back together again to come against the Lord. So all that pretending that you're separating, you're not, because you're going to come together again, just like was it Reagan? I believe it was Reagan said that if it was an entity that came from outer space, wouldn't we all come together to fight against that entity? And yes, you are. You're going to come together to fight against Yahweh Shai. He's going to come from outer space. He's going to come from the Shemaims, out of the waters, out of the sea, to fight you, right? I'm head back right here to the Wisdom of Solomon 10 and 7, of whose wickedness even to this day. And seeing that's Esau, Edom. Their wickedness is even to this very day, right now. The waste land, right, which is dealing with Sodom, right? But the Lord's going to make this place a wasteland too. That smoketh is a testimony, right? Right, an example. And plants beareth fruit that is never come to ripeness. And standing pillars of salt, right? Because that's a wasteland. Like it's salt, it can't grow anything there, right? The Lord allow hot, concentrated laser beam power from the chariots to burn Sodom and Gomorrah, right? Pillars of salt is a memorial, monument, Salakia, which is a memorial, a monument of an ungodly soul, right? So the Lord said you're gonna defrauding what? Your own soul. So that those that unbelief, you know what I mean? A monument of unbelieving souls. So that's what it's going to be. America's going to be that monument of unbelieving souls, right? Yeah. So the Second Peter, chapter 2, verse 6, and turning those cities, right? Those 5 cities, right? Which America spiritually is synonymous with Egypt, in those 5 cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemning them with an overthrow, which that's what the Lord's going to do to America, Babylon the Great, making them an example, right? Which same thing as like a monument or monumental, a monument, right? An example, right? Because example is set for a memorial, you know what I mean? A reminder, right? Unto those that after shall live ungodly. And America, Babylon the Great, is, you know, which is spiritually Sodom and spiritually Egypt, is a place that will build after and still did after those manners, right? As far as, you know, the money, the wealth, the things they did, corrupted the money, corrupted the people, right? You know? And delivered, right? Oh wait, because he said it. It said they delivered, or they brought that one man, that just man, which was Lot, that one man out, and delivered just Lot, vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked. See, and so the elect is going to be saved out of that, even though they're playing with the stock market, they're doing all these different things, they're making excuses why you have to pay more at the store or whatever. But the Lord is going to provide for, you know, for his children, right? For the true elect, right? Because, you know, matter of fact, I'm going to end with this. Yeah, so it says Isaiah chapter 61, verse 6, but ye shall be named the priest, right? Because the Lord said we're kings and priests of Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, men shall call you ministers, right? And that's ultimately what we're doing to our people. Every time we do a digital epistle, we're ministering to you, right? Ministers of our power, Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai. Ye shall eat the riches, right? See, they're heaping up treasures for the last days, and it's for the elect. It's for us, right? You shall eat the riches of the Gentiles. So all these other nations, they're all in cahoots. They're getting all this money. They're gathering all this money. They're going to put it in those pressurized vaults, and it's going to have that nice, good air condition. So it's going to leave the gold and the silk and all that stuff in the right conditions, right? So when all the power goes out everywhere else and people are going through conditions where that gold, it's never going to go out of power. It's always going to be air conditioned. It's always going to have the right temperature, right? I don't know how to exactly say it's going to be pressurized temperatures or whatever. I mean, it's a better way of saying it, you know, the deep, whatever, smart people could say it, and then it just sounds dope. But I'm going to do a simplicity, right? Right? Eat the riches of the Gentiles, and in their glory shall ye boast yourself. See, hey, that's ultimately, hey, and it's going to be in righteousness, man. Because what? Because injuries, because riches got by deceit and injuries. Hey, the wealth of riches shall be translated from one people to another. So it's going to be translated right back to the Israelites, right back to us, right? So that's all that's happening. It says, and in their glory shall ye boast yourselves, for your shame shall ye have double. See? And the Lord said, give unto her double also, right? For your pain, your iniquity, judge her, judge America, Babylon the Great, Sodom, spiritually Egypt, give her double, right? Babylon the Great. So it says you're going to receive double. You're going to get double reward. As for confusion, they shall rejoice in their portion, right? Because the portion is the whole world. They should rejoice in their portion thereof. In the land they shall possess the double, right? See, everlasting joy be unto them, right? Of the elect, right? Right? We're hopeful elect, but one day you will actually be the elect. The elect it shall be manifest. For Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, loveth judgment, right? And hateth robbery. See? So you got those riches and things by deceit, right? You robbed the people, you defrauded the people, right? You got your riches by deceit. You got it by robbery, and the Lord hates robbery. For burnt offerings, right? Because the self-proclaimed so-called white man be like, no, I'm a Christian too, and I believe in God too. All mean you're going around the world doing every manner of wickedness, right? You know what I mean? And at the same time, he's looking to get his birthright back, right? But how can you do? Hey, you trying to give your BS burnt offering? You giving a stinky, funky offering. The Lord ain't gonna want that. And I will direct their works in truth. Right? The Lord's allowing the elect's work to be directed in truth. Right? So you're not supposed to give a burnt offering in robbery. So I hate robbery for burnt offerings. And that's ultimately what America does. And I will direct, right, which is going back to the elect, their works in truth. And I will make an everlasting covenant with them. Right? And their seed shall be known among the Gentiles. So you're going to know that we are the elect. The Lord said you should know there was a prophet among you. And the only all prophets are Israelites. Right? The Lord said and you should know that I have loved thee. They should know they're going to bow their heads to us. And they should know that the Lord has loved us, right? It says, and their offsprings among the people, all that see them shall acknowledge them, right? The elect. You're going to acknowledge who we are, right? You're going to be able to say the black Hebrew Israelites, right? You ain't going to be able to say that no more. That they are the seed which Yahweh have blessed. Man, you're going to know, man. Right? Yes, so this is Revelation chapter 3, verse 9. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, right? Which is the chief house of Satan, right? The devil, the synagogue, right? Which going into, this was basically back in the day. This was Jake back in the day, but we can use this for Esau today because they're the only ones who say that they go to synagogues, right? We had been discontinued from our heritage, so we don't know nothing about synagogues. So they know about the synagogues. So they are the devil who pretends to be us, right? Which say they are Jews, right? Because they're the only ones who's saying that they're Jews at this point, right? And are not, right? Right? And this was for the original, the Pharisees. But the only reason why he was saying they're not, it was talking about inwardly. Inwardly, they were not Jews. Outwardly, of course, they were Jews by blood. They were Jews by custom. But they wasn't Jews inwardly. But these people are not Jews by custom, nor by the Spirit. So you could definitely use it for them. This is twofold for the self-proclaimed Israeli, right? That say that he's a Jew, because you're not a Jew outwardly or inwardly, right? Because it doesn't go by your mother; it goes by the father, right? Right? It says, according to the Bible, it goes by the seed of your father, right? That's what makes you an Israelite, right? Because Moses married a heathen woman, but all his sons became Levites, right? Boaz got with a heathen woman. His son was a Judite, right? You got all sorts of situations in there, and the children are still Israelites, right? But it says, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie, behold, which means feast your eyes, look, pay attention, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet, right? And to know that I have loved them. So that's ultimately what it is. The Lord, hey, you're going to know that the Lord has loved us, man. Right? Yeah, so this is 2nd Ezra chapter 6, verse 8. And he said unto me, which is the angel, giving forth a message, and that's all an angel is. And even that's what an angel means. It means messenger. So this is not the Most High speaking, but he's giving the message of the Most High, right? From Abraham unto Isaac, right? Which is giving you the true understanding. You're not just going to say, yeah, because Abraham had 8 other sons or 9 other sons or 10 other sons that blah, 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 blah. No, the blessing always went from Abraham unto Isaac, right? It's a lineage. It's a bloodline lineage. So all these people who speak all this different stuff about they believe in God, why are we the only ones who brought that out? The Israelites, right? The true Israelites. Not the black Hebrew Israelites, but the Israelites, the Hebrew Israelites have brought that out. That it's that bloodline lineage that the Most High is dealing with. Right? Because they'll say that in church. I remember that when I was a kid. You know, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Well, wait a minute. Abraham is a man who had a son named Isaac. Oh, well, Isaac is his son. Then Isaac is a man whose son is Jacob. And then Jacob is a man who had sons who are now what they call Israelites. Well, ain't that a family? Ain't that a lineage? It doesn't begin to make sense, right? So from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born, so it's going to give you that separation between these two twins. They were born on the same day, everything. These are twins, same mother, same father. They are twins, man. Right? When Jacob and Esau were born, of him Jacob's hand held fast the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world. See, Esau's ruling right now. Starting with Amalek. Amalek is the chief of the nations. Right? You're ruling. But you're finna go down. You know? You're too greedy. You're unjust steward, right? Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Hey. You know? Matter of fact, let me skip down here real quick, because that's what I really wanted. If I can get that real quick. Yeah, and upon the 6th day, thus gave its commandment unto the earth that before thee it should bring forth beasts, cattle, and creepy things. So this is when the Lord created the earth in the beginning, which really was the angels, the Elohims, right? Because when you do it, it's Lord, and it's not in all caps, or God. And when you go into that God, it's Elohim, which goes into the angels. It's not talking about the Most High, all right? The angels, which starting with Yahweh Shai, created the heavens and the earth through the power of his Father. Not that he is the Father. Through the power of his Father, he created the earth. So on the 6th day, right, they created and be cattle, creepy things, right? And after these, Adam also, whom thus made it Lord of all creations, all creatures, of him come we all, and the people also whom thus has chosen. See, let you know that there's a separation. So why the so-called Jewish people ain't saying, hey, there's a separation between us and y'all, and we're the chosen? No, because they have to make you believe that you can also be saved too, and you could be a Christian, so they can get you to pay your taxes and obey them. Right? So you can feel I'm a good-hearted American Christian who believe in good moral Christian morals. And you don't have any morals, man. Men are fucking dressing like women out there, man. This place is upside down. You don't have any morals, man. Now you want love. Now you want forgiveness. When the Lord said, the Scripture says, love showeth no ill to his neighbor, right? No, brother, we're all neighbors. Well, what happened? What you did with the so-called black man? What happened to that love? Right? Oh, it don't exist, huh? But now it's all of a sudden poof supposed to exist, right? But hey, we know who we are, so we don't care. You had your soul, because the Lord said, all this have I spoken before thee, O Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, or Adawanya, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, that's made it the world for our sake, man. And ultimately, that's what it is. They're going to heap up treasures for the last days, and basically, we're going to boast in their riches. Hey, and because the Lord made the world for our sake anyway. So with all that, I want to give all praises and all honor and all glory unto Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, Bashem Rakal Kodash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, the elders in Connecticut, the bishops, the priests, the teachers, the evangelists, and the four winds, preaching in truth and sincerity, risking their lives more now than ever, the hopeful elect, Shalom, to the Israelite foreigners whose phenotype may look like another nation, but bloodline goes back to Israel through your father and have come back to the fold. Shalom to you sisters, you Akwathium, who listen and learn under your husband, which is your spiritual leader, with meekness and with silence, and a Baba Ball.